Hello, I'm Mike Bodner, and I'm no expert, not in the kitchen anyway, but I have discovered a really good way to make beautiful, fluffy, gorgeous roast potatoes, and I'm going to share that with you today. It's a little bit more complicated than just peeling them and throwing them in the roasting dish. There is a bit of extra work to get them perfect, but hey, when you want perfection, a bit of extra work is always what you have to do. Now, a lot of videos start off with, please like and subscribe. Look, you know what? I don't care whether you like it or subscribe to it. I do hope you get something out of it though. So let's have a look at what you need to get these lovely roast potatoes done. We have got here, as you can see, a chopping board, a potato peeler, some potatoes, a fork, you'll find out what that's for in a moment, a pan to parboil the potatoes in, and a roasting dish with a pair of tongs. There's also here duck fat. Now, you don't have to use duck fat. You can use goose fat, or if you don't have either of those at home, you can just use any sort of cooking oil. That will be fine. As far as the potatoes are concerned, well, if I was in England, I'd be using Piper Maris potatoes, but I'm here in New Zealand, Aotearoa, New Zealand, and I can't get Piper Maris by the looks of it, so I've just got ordinary supermarket brand potatoes here. First thing to do is to peel those. Now, I'm sure you don't want to spend the next 5 or 6 minutes watching me peel potatoes. So let's do a bit of time travelling. And there we are, half a dozen potatoes peeled and ready for the pot. So the next thing to do is to put them in cold water into the pot, and we'll put that on the stove. Now, you'll remember a moment ago I just said that these are ordinary supermarket potatoes. I suppose what you should look for is that the supermarket or your grocer's advertises them as being suitable for roasting. So there we have put them in water. It doesn't have to be too deep. We'll put the lid on and we'll put those on the stove. Put them there and we'll turn them on to full. So now we need to do another bit of time travelling, because you don't want to stand around here for 10 minutes waiting for those to boil. What we have to do is bring the water to the boil, set a timer for between 10 and 12 minutes, any more than that, and the danger is the potatoes over parboil in the pot, which means they're just going to fall apart later on, and we don't want them to do that. We want to have them with a degree of consistency, and again you'll see why in just a moment. So here we are, 12 minutes into the future, and the potatoes are parboiled. So now we have to just drain those in the sink first. And I apologise for the messy kitchen bench, but I couldn't be bothered tidying up. Right, here's our potatoes. We're going to just drain those. Shoot a little water out. And now this is where the magic happens for me. So for the last 3 minutes or so I have had in the oven my oven dish. As you can see, the surface is nice and shiny. That's because I put a couple of teaspoons of duck fat in there to melt in the oven, and it's into this that we now pour our parboiled potatoes. So with our tongs we just roll the parboiled potatoes around in the duck fat or oil, depending on what you're using, or goose fat first. Right, there, covered. Then we take each one individually. Watch this. You get a fork and you score the skin of the potato, the outside. It's not really the skin because you've already peeled them. I have a fly in the kitchen. That's disgraceful. Food safety people will be contacting me. Luckily it's not a commercial kitchen, so they can't do anything about it. Right, so there, that's what it should look like. And then you do that for all of the potatoes, trying to get the whole surface of each one scored with the end of your fork. It is the messiest bit of the whole process, but this is the bit that makes it worth doing, because it's that scoring that makes all the difference to the cooking. of these roast potatoes. Right, again, you don't need to watch me do that for everyone. Trust me, I am going to do that. Meanwhile, the oven is on, it's heating up. So next thing, when I've done all of that, I'm going to do some more duck fat on top of them. Right, the potatoes are all scored. Here's my duck fat, and the reason I put some in the bottom of the pan before is just to stop them sticking to the pan. So now I'm just adding a little bit onto the top of each. And you are probably not going to want to let your doctor see this video because they'll be going, cholesterol! No! Step away from the potatoes and the duck fat in particular. But there we go. They are now covered. I'm going to separate them so that they don't compete for the heat. Now the oven. Right, don't look too closely at my oven. It's not very clean. We're putting those in now at 180 degrees Celsius. Closing that, and I'm going to put a timer on for 15 minutes. See you shortly. And there, oops, we have half-cooked, yes, half-cooked roast potatoes. That one's already turned itself, so now we turn the others, and you can see how they're shaping up already. Now, I would like to say there's an exact time for cooking these, but there isn't. It's from here on, trial and error. But usually it's about half an hour. Usually about half an hour. So I'm going to put those back in for another 15 minutes. And there we are. So they've had half an hour in the oven. It's just simply a matter of seeing whether they're cooked, and they are, because I had no problem with that knife going in. So they're done, and look at them. Don't they look fabulous? Absolutely gorgeous. Crispy, as I say, on the outside, but not hard to cut. And all that scoring that you did earlier on has now paid off. Move that out of the way, just leave those there for you to gaze at in wonder. So thanks for watching. There they are. I'm looking forward to eating these. You know, I could eat them on their own, absolutely. And at the start of this, if you remember, I said a lot of videos like this start off with an instruction to like and subscribe, and I told you, and it's real. I don't care whether you like or subscribe, really, because, you know, I'm not making a living from this or anything. But if you do try the recipe and you do like it, or you've got any other advice as to how to improve on these magnificent roast potatoes, then don't be afraid to drop a line in the comments. Thanks for watching.